Hey everybody, it's Shaylin. Sorry so much for the ghostish, ghouly lighting setup. I've never claimed to be someone who is incredibly tech savvy. I'm certainly not that. But I wanted to make a new video because I realized that I have not put up a video in a very long time. And there's a number of reasons for that. I wanted to just kind of come on, do a new video, talk about it, talk about what I wanted to do, and see if that is going to vibe with anyone. So first of all, thank you so much to my 300 subscribers. I cannot believe I have 300 subscribers, especially since I don't ever post anything on here, and it kind of is just a channel that's sitting there in the YouTube void, not not doing anything. But so I'm grateful to those of you who are following me on here. There's a number of reasons why I haven't posted a lot of stuff, and it is. Number one, because I'm not super tech savvy. I barely can cut together a video and edit a video in a way that makes sense. So rather than learn that skill, I've decided to just focus on other stuff. But recently I've been having some talks with friends of mine and just kind of sharing what I've gone through in the past couple years in terms of things that have happened in my personal life that I have gone through and that have kind of led me to this place of healing and understanding and lots of changes that I've been able to make in my life, and perspective changes with positivity and, personal growth and change and all of this stuff. And I've had some feedback and people saying that they like what I have to say and they think it's good and they think it's valuable. And so I thought, hell, now's a good time to maybe talk about this stuff. And in this completely haphazard, not high tech, no background, no nothing, just raw and coming at you kind of format. So, and I just want to say, in terms of what I'm going to do in the future, I really don't know. I might do some travel stuff on here. I might talk about that. I might talk about, just things that are on my mind, political stuff, maybe some movie reviews, maybe some music reviews. Lots of people do that shit. I don't know. I'll do it for me. If you guys like it, great. If not, that's fine. It's nothing that I'm certainly not new in terms of that. YouTube is probably 80% movie and music review channels, so no reason to pile on to that. And just personal growth stuff and things that I've learned and ways that I'm growing and changing as a human being, and hopefully those things can help other people, because we certainly are living in a time that's pretty crazy and pretty divided, and I hope that in some small way I can bring a little bit of understanding and a little bit of compassion. And I also want to say quickly that I really don't want to talk about all of the past and working with Darman and working with that group. But that's in the past. I want to focus on now and what's happening. And I don't want to rehash the past as much as I can avoid it. So if that's what you want to see and you want to hear me talk about all that stuff, I'm sorry to disappoint you, because that's probably not going to happen here. One of the other reasons that I haven't posted is because not only I couldn't really think about what I wanted to do on here and what I wanted this channel to be, but also because there are things that I want to talk about. I want to be very vulnerable about. I can pronounce that word, vulnerable. I want to be very vulnerable about. And unfortunately, in this industry, in this business, in this city, there are certain things that talking about them can be risky, because when people think about hiring someone for a job, acting, writing, anything in the industry, generally they do a deep dive on their social media, and if they come up with anything that they don't like or they find objectionable, then that can cause you to not get hired. And I can't risk that, because I got to be able to work and eat and live, all those things. So there's a reason why I've been a bit apprehensive on whether or not it's a good idea. That being said, I do think that this is the time when it's most important that we are vulnerable with one another as human beings and can talk about whatever we need to talk about, because I think where a lot of the anger and frustration and pain and division and all of those things, I think that comes from a lack of honesty and a lack of vulnerability between people. So I hope in some small way, 300 subscribers, in that small way, I can affect change in some way, shape, or form. Now, I can't imagine saying something that would be mean or objectionable or offensive, because I'm just not that type of person. I think those of you who have seen some of the stuff I've done could probably attest to that. But the thing is there's no way that you could ever know me by watching this channel. But my hope is that you can get to know me to some degree, some small degree, as much as you can get to know someone without actually like being in their life and seeing them all the time. So again, whatever degree we can get to know each other and communicate is great. So with that being said, I'm thinking now that I'm kind of just here and I'm talking, a format is kind of coming into play for me, and that is to pick a word and talk about that word and what that means and how that has affected my life and my thoughts on it, and maybe ways that we can recontextualize this stuff and think about it in a different way. So let's try that. Let's work on that together. And I'm going to post something else, hopefully tonight, talking about that very thing, something that's been on my mind, and that is fear. I want to talk about fear and what that means, how that has manifested itself in my life. Maybe you have a similar story, something that you have experienced. Feel free to share that with me. So just to put a bow on it, here's what I'm thinking about in terms of format. Every week, I'm going to try to pick a word and do a deep dive on that. So, like I said, this week is going to be fear, and then any number of things going forward that we can talk about, I can share about, almost like an improv-y kind of back and forth communication experiment. Let's call it that. So. Again, I don't want to make this one too long. This is just kind of a reintroduction to what's going to come to this channel in the future. I'm going to try to be way more consistent, because now that I don't really have a specific format, I can just kind of come on here and wing it, and with the most boring background ever. But I want to tell a quick story before I let you guys go, why this is blank back here. So the idea was that this is my board for writing when I'm just writing scripts and stuff. I don't have a writing job yet. If anyone's hiring, I'm pretty good at it. Anyway, but that being said, so Pocket, if you guys follow my social media, you know that I have a cat. He's 2 years old. He just turned 2. His name is Pocket. He is a tornado wrapped in a hurricane. And I had cards up here with push pins in the cards. And when I wasn't here, Pocket was going up there and taking the push pins out and, just getting them in his mouth and dropping them on the floor. And they're clear push pins. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, when I went up to go to the bathroom, I stepped on one and it went in my foot. And that was really a bad morning for me and a pretty bad next day. So I can't put anything up here, because he's, like I said, he's quite a rambunctious individual, and I have to protect him from himself and protect me from him. So anyway, short cat story. That's the deal. I'm going to try to edit this thing together so it makes some kind of sense, and I will see you guys all soon. Ciao.